Ashes of Typhon Redux is the order of the day. We've got Cry playing as the Tech Marine, we've got Fog playing as the Imperial Guard. Lord General. So, Fog recently been dominating in 2v2. I guess Cry decided to get him to play some 1v1s. I don't know, I'm guessing Cry persuaded him. Maybe Fog wanted to play some 1v1s of his own volition. Maybe he's bored of smashing it up in the team game scene. So I'm keen to see how he does in 1v1 instead with his IG. IG are honestly very different to playing 1v1 than in team games. It's very easy to play IG in team games because you just blob up in lanes on most maps. In 1v1 you can't do that. I mean, look at the size of this map and the spread of the points. If you just blob your army up, you're gonna lose out on map control big time. Look at these scouts in the distance running off the cap of the map. But yeah, we've got some good early game harass. Damage is being poured into the Sentinel here, which is nice because there are no Guardsmen nearby. So it is actually going to have to back off this Sentinel at some point in order to get repairs. Right now, I'm not sure the Tactical Marines should be running in like this, going for the wreck point. There is a significant risk that they bleed a model, and they do. Yeah, not worth it for Cry. I mean, who cares about this wreck point? The Sentinel's just going to decap it anyway. So that gives him 10 requisition per minute. He's going to have it for a few seconds. That probably gave him an extra 1 or 2 requisition. And the Sentinel's getting repairs while this happens, so it's not even like wasting time because it needed to be repaired anyway. And Cry lost 75 rec for about 2 requisition there of capturing that point. Terrible play. I actually am assuming this is Cry. I actually am not even certain, so I apologise if it's not. But you know, whatever. Let's not worry about it, guys. Let's not worry about it. I know egos can be fragile in Dawn of War 2, so if this is fucking Sky Silver, you know, so some egos might be hurt with me calling it Cry. Kadashan Devil's on the way at last. We see no power being built yet by Fog. He's got his double sergeant. The first Devastators arrive, and Guardsman and Sentinel can't really push into that. Probably going to incur a little bit of bleed on the Guardsman here from the bolter fire. Surprisingly not. Wow, 9 models out and 50% HP on the Guardsman squad. You don't see that too often. Now Devastators should be able to set up fine. There's no stomp for the Sentinel. If the Sentinel had stomp, he would have been able to easily advance and stomp that Devastator there. So the Devastators push them off for a tiny amount of HP incurred on the Devastators. That's fine for Cry. The Lord General is now the one doing the side capping, which I guess is okay for him. Lord General can handle the scouts very, very easily, but basically everything in the IG roster can. Kadashan's here not getting a great engagement, having to walk forward into the fire of the 3 Space Marine units here. However, they get their old reliable off, but there's no follow-up stomp. Okay, they just killed the Devastator enough. Now just think, if the Devastators had that extra like 10% HP maybe, that they lost over here when they pushed back the forces, he might not have lost that model. And if that model stayed alive for another 2 seconds, 2 more seconds of Dev heavy bolter fire could have killed that Sentinel. And that is, you know, a game-changing moment if that happens, especially when the Sentinel has just been upgraded to a stomp ability. I mean, it would be a big loss. But unfortunately for Cry, that wasn't what happened, and he handily loses that engagement. Did we get any bleed on the Kadashans? I don't believe we did. Maybe 1 model at most. A lot of bleed on the Space Marines. Oof, 2 Tactical Marines lost. Scouts already had lost the Scout model. Not going to reinforce them. They're just not important. They don't really do a lot in this matchup. Just use them for capping. That's the best usage.
Victory point is slipping away.
There was at least 1 Devastator model. It might have even been 2 as well, so yeah, Devs will push them off again, but they incurred a lot of HP damage from that. Wow, Fog is going for a heavy weapons team. I find that very strange. Why? Why go for a heavy weapons team and not spotters here? You already see the ASM are on the field, so I don't get it. Heavy weapons team is a soft counter to the Devastators, insofar as if the Devastators don't shoot the heavy weapons team, the Devs will get suppressed and be useless, but it's awkward because you can only really use it on the defense. Because if you just walk the heavy weapons team forward, then the Devs will just suppress it. Oh, I find this so weird. So yeah, the ASM just jumped the heavy weapons team, but the good news is, the old reliable just missed the Devastators, but the Cadishans are coming in with a flank. Should be able to finish them off. They can get the shotgun blast quite easily now, and then the Lord General's going to get in melee. ASM are extending very deep right now. They probably want to be jumping on, well, either the Cadishans or the Lord General. Yeah, they go for the Cadishans because they were lower and they bleed a bit more. Now they're going to jump on the Lord General. It's very important right now for Cry to be able to keep his Devastators in play. The Devastators then can support the turret. I didn't even realise he was building a turret. This is now looking like a horrible situation for Fog. If only he had gone for spotters instead, this wouldn't be so bad at all. I don't know about this turret position. Can the turret... We should probably just have the turret shoot the gens right now whilst Fog isn't attacking. It should do really high damage. I don't know why he's not. Ooh, Heavy Bolter actually kills a ASM there. Old Reliable misses again. I don't know what's going on there. Not sure why Tactical Marines and Tech Marine are moving so far forward. Maybe trying to get line of sight to suppress. Guardsmen coming with a bit of a flank, but there's the ASM jump and the focus fire from the Tech Marine and the two tacks now. When did the second tack come? I don't even know. Oh, the Devastator can then point blank shoot the Guardsman, and that is a wiped Guardsman squad. This is looking really rough for Fog. I think, yeah, the attempt here is for the Tactical Marines to cap the power node, but what the fuck is going on, Fog? He can't hit an Old Reliable for shit. He's missed like 3 in a row now. Wow. ASM moving in. Wow, this is a brave ASM jump. The Cadishans have got full HP, 6 models with power melee. They're going to tear those ASM up. They're so weak. Oh my god. The focus fire takes down the Sentinel. ASM is staying in play because there is focus fire now going onto the Cadishans. Well, this is a sloppy game. Jesus, this isn't even sloppy Saturdays. Tech Marine gets taken out there by the Cadishan shotguns. Scouts have been doing God's work the whole time, capping the entire map. I assume they're going to go up and rotate around to the west side very soon. I mean, just destroy the gens. What are you doing? Turret, attack the gens. There is no opportunity right now for him to be able to steal the power like he wants, so you just have to accept it, destroy the gens instead. Fog has been able to keep his gen farm this entire time when he really should not have been able to. Chimera not far off now, another 50 or so wreck, and here comes a creeping Basilisk barrage. Ooh, no dangle on it. If he did it this way, there'd have been a good chance that he could have actually wiped that Devastator.
That's a critical spot, no doubt.
So honestly, not too impressed so far from Fog's 1v1 play. Finally, the turret is deciding to destroy the gens. He could have done that fucking ages ago. It is actually a really good turret positioning there. Really good turret positioning. Yeah, he should have done that so long ago. It's a massive mistake on behalf of Cry. This should basically be GG. Wait, what's going on? Oh my god, he's building a heavy turret. What? Oh, this is such a strange game. What the fuck? And now there is a missile turret. What? This just gets weirder and weirder and weirder. What is going on? Why is there a heavy turret here? Okay. The heavy turret is actually in range of the Tech Marine turret. So the heavy turret, I mean, I expected it was. It just took so long for him to actually focus the tarantula turret. I didn't realise the heavy turret... Whatever. Yeah, the heavy turret came out to destroy the tech marine turret. But he could have just done that by getting a chimera. So I'm really quite bamboozled. The heavy weapons team choice still seems so strange to me, given that ASM were already on the field. Tech Marine needs to retreat. Okay, he does. But the Cadishans now are way too low in HP. Probably could do with getting the Sergeant of the Lord General. Right now, a medic kit would literally give these Cadishans full HP. Sergeant's not that expensive. But I feel like the heavy weapons team has done really very little all game. Heavy turret's doing quite nice here. Now AV. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Yeah, speaking of the heavy turret, it just wipes out those attacks. There is a las cannon to kill a heavy turret. This game's mad. I would not have got a las cannon to kill a fucking heavy turret. What the fuck? Just get a missile launcher. Like, just leave it. Who cares? He doesn't even have any gens, and it's so far back. Just leave these 2 points, and the heavy turret isn't doing anything. Why sacrifice your perfectly fine and very useful heavy bolter to get a las cannon to kill a fucking heavy turret, and he doesn't even manage it in the end? This game is so strange. This is one of the weirdest high-level 1v1s I've seen in so long. Ogren's now on the way for Fog. I mean, I guess that makes sense. He needs something to deal with the ASM. Cadishans aren't cutting it. Could have gone double Cadishans in tier 1, you know. Plasma now on the Guardsman. That's going to help them, but unfortunately, if the attacks get into melee, well, it's not really any good anymore. They're punching the deployable cover. Brilliant. Love it. Cadishans are here now. Yeah, the Marines need to get out of there. Oh my god, retreat the attacks. Jeez. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they need to get upgraded to Stern Guard now. Then he won't actually have to pay for all those lost models, which is kind of bullshit, but there you go. And he wants Stern Guard anyway, because the Hellfire rounds against the Cadishans and the Guardsmen will be glorious. Yes, ASM must jump out from here. The Razorback is on the field. I don't know why there's a Razorback, and it nearly died to the heavy turret, which is hilarious. And the heavy weapons team just got wiped by the ASM. ASM have been absolutely brilliant this game. Has to be said, they've been brilliant. Razorback's a really interesting choice against IG. I guess when you've already killed the Sentinel, and now he's killed the heavy weapons team too, so the Razorback is actually really good now. This is quite a big map, so it's not bad to have the Razorback just harassing one of the sides constantly, so that, you know, stop the enemy from just being able to decap it with things like the LG and the Guardsman. So the heavy weapons team gets replaced. I might have actually gone for a bit of a gamble with Melter Stormtroopers, if I'm honest with you. I feel like the heavy weapons team with a las cannon is just going to get jumped by the ASM. At least with the Melter Stormtroopers, you can catch the Razorback on its own when it's doing its runs on the other side of the map from the army. It's really hard to do that with the heavy weapons team just because they're so immobile. Heavy weapons team actually repairing the turret, as heavy weapons teams can repair. They're the only setup team in the game that can repair. And yeah, we see the Stern Guard idling in base. Need to get out of base, but that was an obvious choice when you lose 3 models in your attacks.
Reinforcements are here.
Las Cannon looking for a flank on the heavy turret right now. I really think the Space Marine players should just forget about this. Just ignore this fucking heavy turret. It's really not important. It's so far back. Interesting that the Guardsmen retreat there. They really didn't need to. They could have just shot the Las Cannon. So ASM, it looks like, went pretty damn deep after the heavy weapons team. That's... Oh, it's going to cost them their life. Ooh, this is big for Fog. Cadishans know they're getting wiped here. They're going to wipe the PDev. Oh, very close. 9 HP. Can the bolters do it? No, they're out of range. Razorback should be able to do it. Attacks were forced off by the Ogrins after the Ogrins wiped the ASM, and yes, the Kadishan Devils go down. So that's unfortunate. I thought that might have been a big moment for Fog, but here the Ogrins are in the retreat path, so to speak, of the Razorback. Of course, vehicles don't retreat. But yeah, good awareness here from the SM player. Rotating across this side instead. This is the... Oh, look! Melted Stormtroopers. Wait, what? Oh my gosh, this is so strange. Blessing of the Omnissiah won't help anyway. Oh my gosh. The tech reinforcing melee though. Ooh, the P-Dev shot! Oh my god, the P-Devs, man! Who said P-Devs were bad in 1v1? Wipes Melter Stormtroopers, and that is when, with the Melter Stormtroopers having that fat HP buff that they get with the upgrade. Imagine if they didn't have that, like in previous iterations of Elite or Retail. Wow, brutal. Double P-Devs. See why. Be amazing if he had a heavy bolter instead of a las cannon, wouldn't it? Then he could suppress the Ogrins and blast them with the P-Devs. Not going to happen right now because he swapped to a las cannon to kill a fucking heavy turret that's irrelevant. One of the P-Devs already killed by the Ogrins. These Ogrins are going completely out of control at this point. Hence we start seeing some shotguns on the field to try and control them a little bit, but it's just not going to do much. Imagine if these guys were heavy bolters. They'd be suppressed and this would be no problem. As it stands at the moment, those Ogrins are a huge problem for the Space Marine player. Blessing of the Omnissiah is dropped now. Razorback needs to keep moving. I mean, it should be able to just kite away. It is faster than them Ogrins, but once again, las cannon Devastators going after the heavy turret. I don't know why. I don't even know if they can 1v1 it, you know. Ogrins chasing all the way into base now. Razorback's doing very well. And the VP pressure is super serious right now. Fog is going to be under 70 VPs before he even captures this one here. Yeah, a lot of VP pressure for Fog. Can do another attempt at a kill here with the Stormtroopers, but I believe Scouts, Tech Marine, Tacticals are all inside there. No, they're not. No, just the Scouts. So actually, yeah, you see him go for this play with Creeping Basilisk Barrage into the Stormtroopers. Actually, might be able to get it here. He needs to hurry up and uninfiltrate. He doesn't have the energy for his Melter Bomb right now. Is it 50 energy for a Melter Bomb? Yeah, Force Melee. There you go, 50 energy for the Melter Bomb. This should be a dead Razorback. Yeah. Yeah, I like the Stormtrooper play. As I say, it was obvious that the Razorback won't be used in main fights. You don't use a Razorback in main fights against IG. So that means it's isolated, and that means that Stormtroopers would be able to kill it because the ASM wouldn't be nearby. You would never do that with a heavy weapons team. But he didn't, yeah, he didn't attempt to kill it with a heavy weapons team last cannon as I thought he was gonna. I really don't know why he even replaced his heavy weapons team. Very strange. So Ogrins eat a really juicy plasma cannon shot to the face. Two direct plasma cannon shots will kill an Ogrin squad outright, but unfortunately 1-1. So they eat that shot, but then they get in and force off the P-Devs. But unfortunately they didn't have the opportunity to be able to cap because of that. And Sternguard just wiped out... What was that? Oh, the Stormtroopers just got wiped out by the Sternguard. Wow, this is looking really bad for Fog. Only 22 VPs. He's now dropping a heavy turret on the front lines. What a weird game. But heavy turret against double P-Devs and a las cannon. What? Why? Can someone explain to me what the fuck is going on? Why would you get a heavy turret against P-Devs that can just attack ground it? They can kill it from a distance where the heavy turret can't even retaliate because it can't even see them. Yeah, that was really dumb. That was a really dumb play from Fog.
A victory point is slipping away. Sir, they've a solid 200 points now. We have the target in hand, sir. I am undoing the Emperor's work this day.
Another creeping Basilisk Barrage going down the mid here. I mean, it's going to delay things for a little bit, and bloody hell, Fog needs to. He's down to 7 VPs. He's actually... no, it's a 1-to-1 cap. Will be a 2-to-1 cap if he can manage to capture the mid, but I don't know. Snurgard here actually getting wrecked by the dual plasma guns. Oh, kind of. These guys have for some reason stopped firing. They're just going for the cap. Oh, I don't know about that. Wow, these Snurgard, how the hell are they not dying? Oh, they're in the deployable cover. I didn't even see it there. Wow, that explains a lot. Yeah, they're taking like no damage from the plasma guardsman there. Wow, crazy.
Command is always improving. We are engaged here.
And Fog concedes. Yeah, there you go. It's an interesting one. This definitely wasn't Cry. Who the fuck was this? Was this guy Silver? Who the fuck sent me this replay? This was really weird. This was a really weird game. I appreciate it for how fucking weird this game was. With heavy turrets, double plasma devs, Ogrin's kicking ass. Just... I don't really see the point of either of these heavy bolter, heavy weapons teams, but... there you go. There you go. Weird game, and I don't even know what further to say. Thank you guys, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. What a fucking strange game. And big up to heavy turrets, man. If you want to find a little bit more of this kind of thing, you can find it on my Patreon. Thanks guys, have a good one. Torpid out.